everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Today we will continue with the query. So we have completed only 2 queries. So let's continue with the other queries as well. Okay, take your notebook. Change the unit price. Not this one. This one. We have completed till 3rd, isn't it, Vipul?
5, ma'am.
5. Okay. 6 questions. Do it now. 6 questions. Maybe are thinking, this question, what is this? Set up? Are you feeling like that? What is this question, ma'am?
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
And my voice is not clear to you? Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, now it's okay.
So who will tell me the answer? Meenakshi? Fix the question.
Ma'am, I don't know.
Wonderful. Elvina?
Ma'am, I didn't understand the unique decode.
What's the meaning of unique? What's the meaning of unique? Okay, question to you, Meenakshi. What's the meaning of unique?
Question different from others.
Without?
Different from others.
That is without any duplicate value, isn't it? Isn't it, Meenakshi? Without any duplicate value. If you want to display the unique values without repetition, which clause you need to use?
Distinct.
Because
Distinct, ma'am.
distinct. So unique values, unique decode of all items. Very simple question is this. Select distinct decode from item. The answer is distinct decode from item. Semicolon. Is that clear now, Elvina?
Yes, ma'am.
Next question, write down. Display or record in descending order of unit price. Display or record in the descending order of unit price. Donna. Donna. Say the answer. Donna. Donna. Are you there? Donna. Sana. Sana and Donna. If you are not responding, if you are not there, physically present in the class, or should be there in the meeting. Sana, Donna. Muhammad Irfan. Sana, Donna, Muhammad Irfan. Sana, Donna, Muhammad Irfan, call me to Excel. No, your friends, you can inform them. Sana, Donna, Muhammad Irfan. Lydia.
Ma'am, select start from
Right.
item word.
Lydia, is there any condition is given?
Yes.
Like unit
descending.
price less than 100, unit price greater than 100, no condition is given, right? Only the thing is just sort. Sort the rows based on the order of unit price. Only sorting is required. There is no confusion. If there are confusions, then only you need to use where clause. So the answer is select star from item, order by, unit price, DESC. From item, order by, unit price, DESC. For your examination, both 11th annual examination and plus 12 board examination, you will be given a table and you have to write 4 queries, 4 marks each, and 4 output questions, half mark each. So total 6 mark questions will be coming from this particular topic as program. That theory questions will be there. So you need to practice. Hope you understood, Anthony.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anthony, listen here. Question is, display or record in the descending order of price whose unit price is greater than 50 rupees. Then what should be the code? Anthony. Same thing
Select.
plus extra a condition. Unit price greater than 100.
Select star from item order by.
Here comes a difference. When there is a condition and a sorting, you have to write the condition first, then only order by. Understood, Anthony? If there is a condition and a sorting, the condition should be written first, then order by. So you need to write select star from item where unit price greater than, less than 100, order by unit price DES. Condition should be given first, then sorting. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Should I repeat? No response. Is it clear or not?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
once more.
Why can't you unmute and say? Next question to answer. Display all items which are stocked in the month of March. Yes, answer. We want to see the table in the month of March. The column name is stock date. The month of March. The month of March. A common thing is there inside, that is hyphen 03 hyphen. Only this much I can give you clues. Now you tell me the answer. 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 You have to tell me some answers. Okay, the where condition you don't know. What about the starting?
This will start from item.
Select star from item. If you have a condition, what do you have to write? Which clause? If you have a condition, then which clause you have to use? You have
Where.
to use where. Where
Stock date.
where
Stock.
stock date. Use correct. Where stock date. Stock date.
I only know that.
Okay, all right. And Joe, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone write it down. This is the answer for the question. Let's start from item where stock date like percentage hyphen 3 hyphen percentage.
Ma'am, 03 is not needed.
Okay. Okay, very good. So, before you are listening in the class, I was testing. 03. Yes, 03 is required because in the table it is given 03. This is one method. One more method is this, that I'm right here. Where stock date where we have a function called month. That's equal to 3. That also we can write, but you don't have to use that method. This is a function. We can use month. There's a function called month. There's another function called year. There's another function called day. So here, this is the simplest method we can use. All right, Sarath? 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 Any doubts, Sarath?
No, ma'am.
All right. So, that's all about this particular chapter. Now, let's see a new topic, that is constraint. What is it? Constraint. C-O-N-S-T-R-A-I-N-T-S. Constraint. Donna, Sana. Sana.
Yes, ma'am.
Where were you, Sana? Sorry, Donna, where were you?
Ma'am, I bought the wrong book, so I went to pick my book.
Sana, where were you? Sana.
Ma'am, some problem with the net.
So what are the advantages you studied? What are the advantages of MySQL? There are different advantages. One advantage is that it ensures integrity. It maintains integrity of the data. What is that integrity? That time I explained to you about integrity. Meenakshi. What is integrity? Meenakshi, you also gone. What is integrity? Meghna.
Ensure safety.
No, that is another point. It maintains integrity. It reduces inconsistency. It enforces sharing of data. It's security. So, what is this integrity?
It reduces or stop errors.
It reduces
Error.
errors. Yes, it reduces. How? So, as I told you earlier, if your mark, you know that your mark was 5 subjects, your mark was out of 500. By mistake, someone enter, total is the column name, someone enter 510. Okay, so it should not allow you to enter that particular number because it's not a valid data. So that particular thing, you have to write some code. Only then that particular thing will work. So that is called a constraint. You can add a condition in such a way that it should not allow you to enter more than 500. The maximum limit will be 500. Okay. Suppose the question is age. You know that nobody has an age minus value. There is no minus value. So you can give a constraint. Constraint means a condition where, because the data type we are going to give us integer. Integer means integer can be negative or positive value, but you should not enter a negative value. So you can give a condition so that at entry time when you press enter, it will give you an error message. Negative values are not allowed. Okay, understood. That is called constraint. If you want to make a foreign key, set a foreign key, you have to write a foreign key constraint. If you want to make a primary key, if you want to set a column as primary key, you have to write a constraint. So there are lots of constraints available. So these constraints are used to ensure the integrity of the data. Understood? Understood. Understood.
Ma'am,
Yes,
can you say it once more?
Constraints.
Yes, ma'am.
Constraints are conditions that we apply, that we write in the definition. I will show you proper definition. Constraints or conditions that we will apply on the database tables. or each and every row you can apply, each column you can apply, so that it maintains integrity in the database. There won't be any wrong data entry. Okay. If you are not entering any value to the grade, or if you are entering no value to the salary, automatically zero should come into the column. Then you can add a constraint for that. So let's see that. See, what is the constraint? A constraint refers to condition or limitation we apply on any column so that only correct information will be entered in the table. Let's see for that. So why do you use constraints? Constraints are used to enter only correct information into the database table. There are two types of constraints can be applied in two ways. First one, at the time of table creation itself, we can apply a constraint. Suppose you forgot to write the constraint. Only after that you just reminded of this constraint. Then you can create a constraint after the table creation. These constraints are used to maintain data integrity. Used to maintain data integrity. So these are the different constraints supported by MySQL. The first constraint is, if you apply this constraint to a column, it becomes a primary key. Okay, if you apply this constraint to a particular column, it becomes a primary key. So what is speciality of a primary key, Amalraj? Speciality of a primary key?
Ma'am, it ensures a unique value.
That is returned on the board. What is this primary key? That is an important question, Amalraj. A primary key is a key which uniquely identifies each row from the table, isn't it? We have studied primary key, candidate key, alternate key, foreign key. So in a table, there will be only one primary key. So if you want to make a roll number as primary key, you need to apply this constraint. Next one is unique constraint. And if you want to make a particular column, that value should not be repeated, then we can write a constraint. The constraint is called as unique constraint. Then if you don't want to make any particular column value as empty, user should not. So the person who is entering the value should not leave that particular column without any value. Then we can write another constraint that is called not null. Entry is mandatory. If somebody is missing out a column to enter the value, then you want to make that particular column value as a default value. Then you can use a default constraint. So it will be automatically inserted in an applied form. All right. Understood, children? Next constraint is check. As I told you, if you want to limit with a condition, less than 500, greater than 100, something like that, then you can write a constraint check. Suppose a total column is you need to enter only values only less than 500, less than or equal to 500. In that case, you can have to use check constraint. Then foreign key. If you want to make a particular table, foreign key is used to relate to tables, link two tables, two or more tables. If you want to create a relationship between the tables with a foreign key, you have to write a foreign key constraint. All right. Is it all answer? Hana, Sana, Havika. Evelyn, Lydia, Sharat, that's late mode. My voice is not clear to you, children? Is there any disturbance in between? No response. Why not responding? Is it clear, Elvina? Is there any echo? Or is it not clear to you? Why are you not responding?
Ma'am, sometimes some kind of voices came in between.
All right. What about now? Is it better? Or still same? Evelyn, what is foreign key constraint?
Ma'am, I couldn't see the last slide. Network issue was there.
Okay, so tell me what is a check constraint? Check, Evelyn, check constraint.
Ma'am, I couldn't see that.
Lydia, what is a check constraint?
Allows to specify range of values that can be
Correct. Yes. So these are the different types of constraints you have to study, and let's see how to write it. See the first query. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Which constraint is added in the first example? Meghna, which constraint? Primary key constraint. Primary key constraint is added. This is how you create a primary key constraint at the time of table creation. See. Okay. The normal procedure: create table, ABCL, ABC limiter, EMTNO, space int. That is a normal way. Then if you want to make this particular column as primary key, space primary, space key. That's the first constraint applied. What's the next constraint applied, Vipul? One more constraint applied here, not one more. The second one. If you don't want to make this particular column blank, then the constraint is not null constraint. Okay? So this is how you have to write it. Name, varchar 20, space, not, space, null. Then if you want to make a default entry in the table, if no values are entered, then you can use a default constraint. DPT varchar 20 space default space. What should be the default value? Marketing, comma, salary. And the first statement is insert into ABC limiter value 1, comma, Freddy, age 60,000. Okay. Again, insert into ABC limiter value 1, comma, Albert, comma, IT. It will give you an error message because the first column is given as primary key constraint. The specialty of primary key is that value should not be repeated and it should not be null. But here 1 already entered, so it won't allow you to enter 1 again. So this will be the error that will be displayed on the screen. Alright? Understood? Donna?
Yes, ma'am.
Then let's see how the not null constraint is working. So insert statement is written. Insert into ABC limiter value 2, comma, null. I enter null, comma, IT 50,000. Null means nothing. But in the second column, we applied a constraint, not null. Again, error will be shown. Error cannot be null. Okay, this is how you apply the constraints at the time of table creation. Then, suppose we forgot to write this constraint at the time of table creation, we have to do it later. That has a different format. You can't write the creation command again. So, that we'll see in the next class. One more class is there. So, in that class, we'll see that. This is a very important topic for you. So, don't be absent for the next class. Alright? Okay. Bye-bye. See you. See you in the next class.